here. You guys can hear me?
Yep.
Okay, let me, let's get. Do you guys have my screen back there? 'Cause
Yeah, we can see your web browser. Like we can see like, yeah, like
I
we can see
have
your
a-
YouTube thing right now.
okay, now why can't I get back to my screen?
So pull up, go to the Google Slides tab to go pull up your slides. And then click share or present. Sorry, present.
Yeah, present. Okay, there we go. All right, so pretty much, as I was saying, I was really looking for a way to create just cash flow, generational wealth, right? Like, how can I make my money work for myself now? And here's the reasons for myself, and it's going to be different for everyone. But for me, I was looking for cash flow, right? How can we make our money now work for us? And cash flow multifamily allows that, right? It gives you just the opportunity to, on a monthly basis, collect that cash flow. And just in a nutshell, your cash flow really is your rental income minus all of your expenses. And then number two, I thought to myself, well, how cool, right, for your tenants to actually pay down your loan. So multifamily allows you to do that, right? Because you've got more than one door or two doors, so that even if you have some sort of a vacancy, it doesn't matter. You still are collecting enough cash flow to cover your mortgage. And then number three, it was appreciation, like, you know, property. I knew that in the long run, that this property was going to appreciate. And for my particular situation, I didn't think it would appreciate as much as it did. But you know what? We bought at a really good time, and it has appreciated tremendously. And I'll show you guys that on the next slide. And number four, the tax benefits for me that I thought that I would take advantage of was depreciation, which allows you to expense a portion of the physical structure each year, and also the 1031 exchange, which allows you to defer that capital gain taxes. And there's no limit to this. I mean, you can do this as many times as you want. So here's an example of the property that I purchased. And it's called, you know, value add. And that's important in multifamily. You will find that many people are looking for value add opportunities. And value add opportunities are really, it's a property that's maybe not in the, I mean, it's not in the worst neighborhood, but it's not the best either. You have an opportunity where you can increase the rent. And you know how you increase the rent is by being able to renovate the property. So when you are doing research, right, like when you're going to go out and buy property, you are looking at property, you're looking at many different scenarios, right? Comparable. You're learning, you're studying the market. You want to look to see, okay, what are units renting for in what condition, right? And that'll give you an idea, so that when you go out to buy and you look at the property that you're looking to buy, you now know, you have a really good idea that if you invest, you know, like new flooring and new kitchen cabinets, and like, let's say you just remodel that entire unit, that there's a really good chance, there's a really good chance that you can increase the rent. So for us, we purchased this property for $850,000. When I contacted the agent happened to be the owner of the property. I was a buyer who happened to be an agent as well. So I was able to really negotiate directly with the owner. And I had asked if he'd be willing to carry or seller finance for me. And he did, he agreed to it. So we gave him $350 down payment, and he financed the additional $500,000. It was a 2-year loan that he gave us. And so what happened is that we were able to remodel and update the units and increase the rents. And after the second year, we were able to refinance, and pretty much the property appraised at a value of $1.6 million. So today we have a loan of $1 million at a 65% loan to value. We have zero money invested in the property, and total value right now of this property is $2.7 million. So multifamily, this is value add multifamily, where you have an opportunity to go in there and improve, the condition of the unit so that you can increase the rents and ultimately increase your net operating income. Any questions so far? We're all good? Fantastic. So here's just a picture of the 24 units, 1 bedroom, 1 bath in Grand Prairie, Texas, and 10 units, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. Okay, so today, I think it's really important. Many people always have this idea of, yes, they want to invest, they want to purchase multifamily property, but there isn't that clearly defined goal yet. And so you don't push forward, or you don't get to that process, or you don't get to purchasing it. And so something that I really took the time right now to explain, or what I want to explain to you guys, is that it's really important to have like just really clearly defined goal. Like, what do you want to do? Right? Why would you even want to buy multifamily? For what reasons? What are the outcomes that you want? Are you looking for cash flow? Are you looking for, appreciation? Do you want a yield, right? Monthly cash flow? Are you looking for appreciation? Are you looking for long-term? I mean, you got to figure out when you're going to go out and buy multifamily, really, like, where are you at in this, in the goal? Important also, are you fine with investing your money and leaving it there for 10, 15 years, right? Many people don't want to wait 10, 15 years. Are you looking for more of a short term, 3 to 5 years? And this is very, very important. Yet you want to be clear, because there are opportunities out there. As many of you know and hear syndications, there are some opportunities where you can invest short term, maybe I would say 4 or 5 years right now. And if you're okay with X amount yield on it, and that's fine, and you don't want to take that risk, well, then that's a way to go, right? But if you're looking to you want the property to appreciate more, and you really want to kind of gain the benefits of everything, well, then, there's a lot more risk that you have to take, and there's maybe a lot more preparation that you have to do before you actually go out and buy multifamily. So really important, I think, something to look at as you're figuring out what you want to do is, what's your current lifestyle look like? Right? Are you married? Are you single? Do you have kids? Are you retiring? I mean, what are the things you guys want to do in the next 12, 24, 36 months? This right here, believe it or not, is crucial, right? Because if you're single, you probably have a higher risk. There's a higher tolerance for risk versus if you're married and you have kids. And if you're retiring, you may not want to risk. So going out there and purchasing your own multifamily property out of state all by yourself, if you're in the retirement phase, may not be something that would work for you, right? Maybe a syndication with a group of with a group that you trust, that you've done your due diligence, and that you feel confident and comfortable with, that you'd be okay maybe investing some of your money there. So I think answering these kind of questions will help you guys really determine what kind of property you're looking for. So I think it's really important, and I mean, I urge all of you guys to do this. I know I did it when I was starting to look for this, is just kind of zone out, go into your own little place and just unplug and just write your goals down and really just what's important to you and just define that. Because I think that when you are able to define that, it's going to be so much clearer where you want to put your money. And you're not going to just be like kind of all over the place, and you're always looking and you won't ever do anything. So I'm just saying, like, if you guys really want to try to get yourself into multifamily, there are ways of getting into multifamily, either by yourself, right? Or joining a group of other people. And very, very important is location. I mean, location. Understand where you guys are going to buy. It's very important because this is what determines that value, that appreciation. And where you buy also has that competitive advantage for yourself as well, if it's your first multifamily property. You want to pick a location, right, where it's maybe close to the grocery store or walking distance to restaurants and bars, like gas stations, universities. I mean, there's different ways of looking at where you're going to buy your multifamily. And your best locations basically will help, pretty much it'll help your rent not decrease, or you'll also find that there won't be as many delinquencies. And so you want to pick your areas, and you want to be very careful that when you're picking these areas to buy multifamily, that they're going to be strong areas even in a downturn. And I'll share with you, I bought in an area I'm in Dallas. I'm in Grand Prairie, Texas, and it's about 30-40 minutes from Dallas. But even during COVID, we didn't have any issues with, tenants not paying the property. They paid. And I think the majority, number one, is when you have, you're providing good service to your tenants, right? You're taking care of things. They're happy. They want to make sure that they're not going to be homeless, right? So they're going to make their payments. And if there's communication and they know you're on top of things, you're also going to be in a very good position. So the other thing, very important, is when you're looking for multifamily, and this just comes, as I've gotten myself even more and more involved in multifamily, networking and the relationships that you guys build is really where the deals come from. I can tell you, when I first purchased my property, I wasn't networking. I wasn't in the relationship. I was just out. I knew I wanted multifamily. I knew that it was going to be in Texas. I had a mentor who had purchased there already in Dallas and pretty much had done all the legwork. And so I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. I knew that he had done well, and I continued. That was it. So that took a big chunk of stress off of me, because you know what? He had done the research. I just went in and I just started studying the market and understanding it better, so that when I was presented an opportunity, someone needs to mute themselves. When I was presented with the opportunity, I knew that it was a good deal. And so, but it took a while. It took me about, I'd say, probably about a good year to find my property. And I will tell you that when you're networking and the relationships you're establishing with people, when you hit it off, you like each other, someone comes across an opportunity, they're going to call you. They're going to say, hey, listen, I've got this great opportunity. And if you're ready, right, if you happen to be ready to get involved, depending on where you guys are at on your own goals, you probably would have a great opportunity to get into a deal if it makes sense. So I'm just saying, I've learned now. I've given you my story, and my story. I didn't have the relationship and I didn't have the network. I was just out looking at properties, and yes, I would talk to brokers when I was out in Texas, and but I didn't have the relationships that I have now. And I'm always someone will always share an opportunity with me, whether I go into it or not. It depends, but I'm just saying, network, talk to people. You will find deals that way. Even these calls, when if you come on this call more than once, I establish a relationship with someone here. There's quite a few that I know, and it's easy. Like if an opportunity comes my way, well, this is the first group that I would share it with. So I'm just saying, you know what, go out there, establish relationships, more deals. You guys will find more deals, more opportunities will come your way, and just be patient and build a lot of relationships. It's a slow process. You want to talk to me?
I just want to know what.
Oh, we're waiting. We're still waiting. Yeah. Thanks. So here's just a little bigger pockets. I'm sure many of you, if you're in the multifamily space, bigger pockets is huge. I can tell you that I would read a lot, learn a lot from them. They post some just great information when you want to, if you really want to go out there and buy multifamily. Bigger pockets is a great resource. LinkedIn, real estate meetup groups, meet with brokers, wholesalers, meet with people that are in the multifamily space. I cannot stress, you will come across opportunities this way. And you know what, when you meet with them, you kind of have to know what your goals are and where you want to buy, because these people that are out in the multifamily space, they're very, their goals are so well defined that if you have no idea what you want to do or where you want to invest your money, they'll just skip you, and they'll just find someone else. So just I'm telling you, be clear on what you want and how you guys are going to do it, and it'll happen. It will 100% happen. Any questions? I know I've spoken a lot here, and I've got a few more slides. Any questions? No questions? You guys got it all? All right. Anybody currently working on something that maybe they want some advice or some help?
Hello.
Hi.
You must be the
I am the daughter. Give me one quick second. I'm on a Zoom live, and I'm gonna I know. So I am going to cut this meeting short today because as I mentioned, I'm at the hospital with my mother, and the doctors have just walked in. I will send out a recording. Jess, if you can send out a recording, I'd appreciate that to everyone. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, and I can get you guys some more information. But for now, I'm gonna have to jump off, and I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, Annabelle. You're in our prayers, and your mom is in our prayers.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care. All righty. Thank you.